Today we are building a birdie's bed because we need to dig out where they're gonna go. I'm very excited. I brought out my veggies that were under the grow light to harden them off just a little bit. It is currently February 19th and it's 65 degrees. So I'm taking advantage of the warmth, taking advantage of the little bit of time that I have before going into work. And then tomorrow we are gonna work on the beds some more. So watch us build them. Satisfying. Here's the stick pile we'll be using to fill in the beds before we put in dirt. For the Hugelkultur method, we're gonna need more sticks.
So how much of it you need this much space in between, so...
Ideally you have like 2 feet. I already hit something hard. It's a root. Oh, it's a bamboo root. All right, this is where we are finishing today. Got the bed level. Nice work out there.
Bed level.
Good morning. First on the docket today is I have to move these daffodils, which is a bummer because you're not really supposed to move them when they're like popping up from the ground, but I do need to shift this line over in order to fit the bed in. So we're just gonna do it. Okay, now you're a bit closer. You were actually on my composter, so I'm gonna go like 3 inches out around. See if I can't lift. Planted these not last fall, but the fall before. You never know how big they've gotten underground, so I don't want to like split it in half, that's for sure. So I'm going to try to leave as much of that dirt on the roots as possible. All right, a worm, 2 worms. I'm going to transplant these worms over here in my garden bed. All right, I have dug up all of the daffodils, as you can see here. Now I'm going to plant them. You can see I already have some daffodils popping up here. Plenty over here, plenty right here, but it's a bit of a gap. So I think I'm gonna do kind of similarly to these. So I planted 2 clumps right here, and I made sure to water them in really well because that's the danger here, is that there will be pockets of air in the soil and that they're not going to acclimate well. And I also planted 3 down here to kind of match what I've got going on for the rest of here. I think that daffodils are perfect to underplant with things like hydrangeas that, you know, at this stage when the daffodils are blooming, the hydrangeas are, you know, still pretty crusty, looking like sticks coming out of the ground. So it's great to like bring that interest down here. And then by the time these die off, these will be setting leaves, so they kind of like pass the baton a little bit. Earlier I was talking about it's springtime, but it's not. It's late winter, and while it is a warm day today, there will be more cold days. So usually the best time to plant bulbs is fall, and as well as like getting new bushes or trees established is in fall or late winter. So I think they'll be okay. I don't know if they'll bloom this year, but we'll do our best. But knowing that they might not bloom this year, I'm very tempted to divide them. I've never divided daffodils because I never know where the bulbs are in the fall. And I don't ever want to do that task in the spring after they flower. So maybe I'll just do like a loose division and sprinkle them in. That way I have more. And if they're not going to bloom this year anyway, we'll focus on the root development, and next year they'll come back like twofold. So I'm not going to like pull them apart like aggressively, but if there is an obvious division, why not? Yeah, see how there's like, you can see spacing? Probably going to be able to do this. And they have their own little root clumps as well. So this one can be done one more time. I'm hoping that these will have enough time to establish. I think that they'll be fine. Daffodils are pretty freaking hardy, but it would be cool if they wanted to bloom still, but if they don't, that's just the price we pay for constantly having garden projects and moving stuff around. The first year you plant anything, especially like a perennial bed, it is going to look tiny and sporadic, and you just have to be patient. You just have to be. Gardening is a lot of patience, but it is so rewarding every single time. And the best way to grow what you want in a cost-effective way is to do it like this. I'm about to go to a friend's house, but I wanted to show you how the garden beds are looking. They are both in, they are both level. We're doing the Hugelkultur method because that's all the good soil we have, and I wanted to top off my other beds. So I don't know exactly what we're gonna do to fill this up, but I had some like composting things and whatever, we're gonna figure it out. Good morning, it is March 5th. So we are almost 3 weeks out to last frost, which is super exciting. I've got a lot of seeds going, and I've still got a lot more to plant. And like I said before, I am trying to wait a little bit just so I'm not overwhelmed with plants inside my house. So this weekend, we're filling the beds, and I'm starting my tomatoes, the rest of my peppers, which are a little late, but I just got them in the mail today, as well as direct seeding my like leafy green garden, which I could have started earlier, but the beds weren't ready. So let me go show you what the seeds are looking like downstairs. I'm also gonna do a little bit of a rowing workout. Gotta prep for lifting all that soil, you know? Alrighty, so this is what we're looking at. I started these dahlia seeds, and I really should have waited for like better containers for them, because I think that the bottom of it doesn't touch the bottom of this, so when I water them, they weren't like getting watered. So actually the germination happened on the outside because I had a dome on it, and it was like making moisture wick onto these outer ones. So we've got some germination, which is great. I'm gonna water them right now. And look at this one, look at this little weirdo. It sprouted with 4 first leaves and 4 first true leaves. So that's interesting, curious to see how that will turn out. Looking down here are the ones we are about to harden off. Well, that I'm in the process of hardening off. My spinach got too hot, already bolting, don't really care. I will start those in ground, no worries. I've got lettuce, leeks, spinach, more lettuce, kales, some black-eyed Susan varieties, which I'm super excited about. Had terrific germination on the Moppets variety. Cappuccino, not so much, but I got one good one. And finally got some germination on my black-eyed Susan Prairie Sun, which I don't think I might have one popping up here. I had to reseed those. Got my shallots, which are almost to the thickness of a pencil, so they are looking good for dividing and planting out. Got some violas in stock back there, and gomphrena, some more violets, which I'm very excited about. Some bunny tails, which are looking great. Got tons of columbine. I can tell you this much. These columbine seeds are popping up everywhere. Look, they're in this tray. I had to cut some out of here. There was one growing here. This is funny. Look, there's one growing out of the side. But anyways, this lobelia desperately wants to be planted in the bed. I've got one pepper that made it. This one, I guess, dried out, and I think it's because I looked on the bottom and there's an air pocket. So just make sure to really push that soil down. And then I've got my basil prospera, my Kapoor tulsi basil, which I'm so excited about. These don't need to go out yet, but I will probably pot these up into their own cells. I want a crap ton of basil this year, not only for eating, but Kapoor Tulsi basil makes for a great filler flower, and the bees just love it. So obviously I want the Basil prospera for like eating, and it has really good heat resistance to bolting. So that's my eating basil, and this is my cutting basil. In fact, this I want to bolt, so it'll go to flower. So I'm gonna take these outside, this tray here, and give it a good water and set it outside for a couple hours while I work out, and then I'll bring it back inside. And I have a visitor. Hello. So if you're new to gardening, hardening off is just getting the plant used to being outside. Since it's been inside under grow lights with, you know, very controlled environments, I kind of want to gradually introduce it to the harshness of the sun, into the wind, the air and the humidity outside. So we're just going to do that gradually. This is day 2, and I'm hoping to put them in on Saturday, which today's Thursday, so we'll see. I'm always scared that I'm going to drop them, but and obviously seed starting isn't necessary for gardening. However, I was looking online today because Heirloom Roses just released a perennial plants collection. So I was checking it out to see what they have. And like a quart or a gallon size of one of these black-eyed Susan varieties that I started, it's literally selling for $24. So it may not be necessary, but it can definitely save you money in the long run, and you can get varieties that you might not be able to get otherwise. And it also helps you to get the timing that you want correct, because a lot of big box stores won't start selling, especially early spring garden plants like leafy greens, until it's too hot. And it's pretty warm out here today, so we're just gonna keep an eye on this and bring them in a couple hours. Nothing's really changed over here, but check it out. I did order myself another bag of soil from Soil Cubed. I'm not sponsored, and honestly their soil is expensive, but soil is expensive in general. So this worked really well for me. I think I struggled the first year because my soil was just like not nutritious enough. And because I'm doing the Hugelkultur method, this is all going to be breaking down, and it's going to zap nitrogen from the soil. So I don't want to risk it. I just wanted to get some super nutrient rich soil to fill these beds with. And we are going to continue filling these beds with logs and stuff, because a lot of the stuff I'm putting in here doesn't need more than like 6 to 8 inches of nutritious soil. Hey, while we're here, it's a beautiful day. Let me give you a tour of some of the things that are blooming. A lot of my daffodils are blooming. They are so pretty. I love them. A lot more on their way as well. And all of my hydrangeas are putting on little greenery. They're all waking up. This one I think I don't love that much in my garden. For some reason this color just looks like flesh. It looks pink on camera, but it's kind of giving flesh. But I think in a bouquet they would look nice, but I think they're not my favorite in the landscape. I've got these, I think these are called Ferris wheel, and they are just so delightful and large. They're so happy. I love them. Crocus blooming as well. This is a paper bush. It is in full bloom, y'all. The bees are freaking out. They are loving it, and it's nice to have a tree like this where pollinators can, you know, get to work and have some pollen really early on in the season. So, and it smells lovely. If you're into that sort of thing, I am into that sort of thing. It smells kind of like jasmine-y, so not everyone's cup of tea, but definitely mine. This might be one of my favorite varieties. This is the Martha Stewart variety, and who was I to doubt? She knows what's up. The blooms are beautiful. They aren't too heavy. They don't like fall over, which some of the more niche varieties are, but this is like a really soft butter yellow. So pretty. It's my first time growing this Barbie variety of anemone. It's so delicate, so beautiful. Thank you, last year me, for planting these. Here is another favorite variety. These are like perfectly ivory petals with this beautiful dark salmon color center. These are called Pink Charm. This is modern art, and I love it. So pretty. The orange and the yellow are just gorgeous. And these are absolutely stunning. I think they're called like apricot whirl or something. They're beautiful, and I planted a ton up here by my mailbox, but I'm gonna have to pick them all before it rains because the heads of these get so heavy, they will fall over and snap the stem. So, a little bit of a bummer. They are lovely, beautiful for arranging as well. And here's some more of that pink charm. Look at the beautiful sky. Beautiful out here. And guess what? Some of my strawberries already have blooms on them. Yay, so exciting. This is just in a hanging basket, but I have a whole bed of them as well. I will be bringing a bunch of these to my friend this weekend because she's escaped. Just moved these to a shader spot for now because the sun was kind of blaring on them. So, eSoul Fitness kindly sent me this rowing machine, and it has been amazing because, as you can see, I have a workout bike as well, which eSoul also sells, but I already had one. And I pay a subscription through this one, and I can do those workout classes on here. You can also watch YouTube, Netflix, anything you want to watch while you're working out. It's good to go. This is also super portable. I had it folded up out of the way for holiday parties because this is kind of like a communal room. So it's super easy to get back in place and set up. Super easy to strap your little tootsies in. I'm gonna go ahead and do my workout, and I'll show you guys how easy it is to screen share. The screen also pivots. If you don't have anything plugged in, it just counts your reps and your calories burned and your distance rowed, etc., and also a timer. So
we want to make sure we are set up for success with your base, your foot straps. 18 to 22 again on that stroke rate. Counts to return. Getting back. It's at 1 o'clock, about 11 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
if you want a great, easy to store, easy to set up rowing machine that's quite affordable, definitely check out eSoul. Thanks eSoul for sending this along. Well, during my workout, the soil was delivered. So we are ready to finish installing these garden beds this weekend, putting some soil in there and planting some stuff. I'm so excited. So thank you guys so much for watching. This feels like a good place to end it. And I will update you guys in the next gardening video. And if you're enjoying these gardening videos, please let me know. And I hope it has inspired you to grow something of your own. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Putting in the dahlia seedlings today.